Hello and welcome everyone to the Sunkissed Shores event. We are nearing the end of August, and with this event we've got the introduction of Dondozo through the 3-star raids and in a field research task with its shiny potential already there. Quickly jumping in here, before we get going with the Sunkissed Shores event, some immense news was released today, and you can let me know what you think of this because prepare for Pokemon Go's new and rewarding level journey. That's right folks, level 80 is coming to the game on October the 15th, and there's quite a lot of details to break down regarding this whole thing. So the level cap is going to be increased from 50 to 80, and the rewards are going to change, and there's going to be a whole new breakdown. It's apparently going to be a more engaging way to play the game, which is always nice. So Wednesday the 15th of October will be where this new journey begins. To help our community prepare for this updated level progression, we wanted to share an overview of the coming changes. Additional details will be shared in October. The level cap will increase from 50 to 80. The overall leveling curve from 1 to 80 will be rebalanced. That's a very key thing to remember with this whole thing. And players can earn levels more frequently. Tasks for level up research from levels 41 to 50, i.e. the GBL, the walk 25 kilometers 8 weeks in a row, that will all be removed from the 15th of October going forwards. New level up research tasks will be added from 71 to 80, so only the final 9 levels or 10 levels will have any kind of level up requirements. Players at level 70 have a higher chance and increased chance of becoming lucky friends with other players. Now I will state, we asked the people in development of this feature, is that only exclusive for fellow trainers who are also level 70 and above, or does a level 70 player interacting with a lower level player still have an increased chance? They couldn't answer that, which is kind of alarming, so hopefully we get some more clarification on it. New rewards will be added to the level up progression, like increased storage capacity for Pokemon items and gifts. This includes new avatar items starting at level 25. Clarification on this, additional storage, item bag and everything like that is in addition, even if you've maxed out the item bag and storage space already. So that is actually proper rewards, not something that you can only earn if you haven't burnt all the coins to max out the storage anyway. Based on previously earned experience, some players may automatically jump up in level on October the 15th. Those players will receive rewards associated with reaching those levels at that time. Details about which players will jump up in level and by how many levels will be shared later. So I guess we're still waiting for the whole XP breakdown and all that sort of jazz. I'm currently sat on roughly 820 million XP, and I'm assuming that's a fair chunk. If I don't get up to level 80, I will be somewhere in the top end of things. Key thing to note, no player will go down in level, but the amount of XP needed to reach the next level may change depending on your current level. Stay tuned for more details. What will your legacy be? On Tuesday, October the 14th at 11:59 p.m, all players will receive a special medal commemorating their highest achievement level 1 through the 50. Also, trainers who've reached level 50 can show off the level 50 jacket and all new avatar posts highlighting this achievement. So it's a bit like when level 50 came out at the end of 2020, I think it was. Those people who got to level 40 before a certain date got a level 40 legacy medal. I have that medal, for example. Earn these rewards before October the 15th. There's quite a few things in here which are going to disappear. The avatar items earned by reaching levels 40 through to 50 before the update won't be available for leveling up after October the 15th. Trainers will no longer be able to earn the level 50 jacket. You'll keep any items posted or other level up rewards you've already earned, including the level 50 jacket. So I assume that it's going to basically stay in the shop and you can buy it if you want, but for getting to level 50 after October the 15th, you won't be able to earn it as a reward. Prepare for the coming change with the XP celebration event. Now this is big. This is going live pretty much this evening or now by the time you watch this video. From August the 25th at 1 p.m. PDT to October the 14th at 11:59 local time, a huge chunk of gameplay time. The following XP bonus is going to be active. So 2 times catch XP for nice, great and excellent throws, and don't worry, all of these bonuses are going to stack with other bonuses for events. So if you've got bonus XP for an event coming up anyway, it will stack and multiply, and it will overlay other things like quarter egg distance on Rookidee Community Day this Saturday. There'll be an additional 3000 XP for winning raids and also for winning max battles, so that encourages you to maybe chase those a bit more. Additionally, timed research will be available for all trainers who are level 5 and above, and this research will give trainers the chance to earn over 7 million XP, which is a huge chunk. Finally, a level 47 level up task will be adjusted. Instead of requiring you to explore 25 kilometers for a week, 8 times, you'll only need to do it twice. So basically that's a fortnight, 2 weeks, walking 25k. That's a huge saving. That's basically quartering the requirement, which is really good if you want to go through and get the legacy level 50 things. This is the perfect opportunity to reach those nearby leveling milestones as you prepare for the coming update. And there's an XP celebration box in the web store. So there we go, people. A huge update regarding XP levels and rewards and things, which looks really good on paper, and I'm still waiting to see, and hopefully we'll get some more details sooner rather than later regarding this. I think this is quality because a lot of people, me included back in the day, were rather irritated when you had to do some GBL ranking to get up to level 44 or 45 or whatever it was. So it's going to apparently be more rewarding, and just note, this isn't going to affect Pokemon powering up. Powering up Pokemon is still going to stay at level 50, so there's now going to be a sort of disjointed thing between the leveling up as a player and the leveling up your Pokemon. But there you go. That's that update, people. Let me know what you think below. Let's kick things off by looking, thanks to LeakDoug, at the field research tasks that you have on offer for this event. And already we're going to begin with some negativity because the Dondozo quest is win 3 1-star raid battles. Just mad. Honestly, that's just mental. Like, you're expected to battle 3 1-star raids. Now, the raid bosses are Slackoth with the Visor, with the shiny potential, but then the Tatsugiri in your specific region. You're expected to battle 3 of those to get 1 Dondozo, rather than battling any raid of your choice, which is usually what the case is, battle a raid or battle 3 raids. I don't like the winner 3 raid quest, but this is a new low, in my view. However, the rest of them thankfully don't require any payment methods, so Catch 10 Pokemon is going to give you a selection of 4 different Pokemon: Sunkissed, Cherubi, Bounsweet, and then the non-shiny Gossifleur. We've also got Catch 10 Water type for a Krabby, Corphish, or Clauncher. Some good shinies available in that. Explore 1 kilometer is going to give you either the Galarian Slowpoke or the Slackoth with the Visor. Also, there's some paid time research, so there's a premium time research actually twice over. So one of them gives you specific encounters, it gives you a bunch of Slackoth with the Visor, some passes, and then Dondozo at the end. Then there's this one, which I'm going to call the Berry Ripoff, because it's $2. You get basically just a handful of items and a pineapple berry bag. So yeah, let's leave that one alone. And thankfully there is some free research which gives you a mixture of different encounters and things like that, with unfortunately no Dondozo featured in that. So I'm going to open up the game for the first time since the max finale finished in yesterday's video. By the way, thank you everybody who's been engaging with those videos over the course of the weekend, dropping comments, be it, you know, agreeing with what I've said, putting extra points forward, or, you know, having a different stance and point of view, which is entirely okay. Everyone's entitled to their viewpoint. We could begin by saying a big thanks to Chris Jan, who has just gifted us the ticketed research that gives us the Slackoth and the Dondozo. Thank you very much, my man. That is hugely appreciated. I've still not been able to top up anything. So we are not remoting at the moment today, which is a real shame unless we get our paycheck coming in. And we've got 6 premium battle passes, so we have to wait for a bit of time. Raid-wise, have we got anything hatching after 11? Actually, what we're going to do is going to unlock another max move, collect another 100 Eternatus candy that's been sat in the storage for the longest time, and get our research breakthrough for this week. Oh my god, we've got a remote raid pass. We're quids in, people! With a Sinistea that's 466. Doesn't matter that it can't be shiny, maybe it could be the antique 400 candy form, but honestly, that remote pass is actually a blessing. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below of this event, because it's one of these things that we've just come off the back of what has been, in my view, and I've obviously stated this, the biggest rip-off and money exchange event we've ever experienced in Pokemon Go, and already, less than 24 hours afterwards, we're into another event with a paid locked Pokemon in the event, and it's the only new thing featured. And I'm really concerned that, you know, given what's happening with the new season, we've seen some teasers there. The Resolute form of Keldeo is featured, so I assume that's going to be the season-long progression. We've got Mega Metagross featured on the posters and Gigantamax Eevee. They ain't going to slow down on the paid aspects of this game, which is why I'm compiling my feedback, written feedback, as we speak, and looking over people's comments and stuff like that. So I am genuinely taking your direct points and feedback from the comments of the previous 2 videos for the max finale and putting it and rewording it into a structured format that I can then send over to the people over at the cash grab company. It's a phony version, unfortunately, and pretty dead. That's fine by me. And unfortunately, Nobody's battling any Dondozo just yet in Europe. You're not gonna frickin' believe it. Now we get a D-Max Shiny Chansey. That's fantastic. What a way to kick things off, and that's just by doing the free one. I don't think the boost is still available for these things. Like, obviously the Max Finale Dark Skies thing is Kaputski, done. So that's a genuine one, and the fact we've had more luck with the battles now than we did during the week. Stupid. 717 would be the 100%er, so actually getting 712, I think this could be like a 96. That's fantastic. Okay, I take it back, it's like a 91, but it's still a D-Max Shiny Chansey. The whole Max system, honestly, is just wild. I'm glad I've done my free battle, and that's it. So what we got here, we got another D-Max Chansey we're not gonna do. Sandygast available in the wild. We will drop the daily incense, because we didn't do that over the course of the weekend. The other thing I'm gonna say is actually you've got Shelder back in the wild, and that's a serious Stardust boosted Pokemon. That's fantastic to go for. I wouldn't mind myself a Shundo Tepig, obviously for Legend ZA. Decided to come and battle the one final Zamazenta that was on the nearby for 2120 on my thing. Thank you Horrorbox and RJ Robiri for sticking with me in this trio lobby. It's good to get it done and dusted, but from now on, I think for the next week, we've got Necrozma back. Definitely worth raiding if you're gonna go and fuse it with Lunala, because the Dawn Wings Necrozma is still, I think, the best or second best ghost type attacker in the game. The Dusk main Necrozma, when you fuse it with Solgaleo, has been outclassed, unfortunately, because of Zacian and Zamazenta, which obviously we've just been battling this past week and weekend. So, is it? It's not pink, unfortunately. Hey, maybe one of you two out there got the shiny. Not that we're going to do it, in fact, we're just going to transfer it straight away. Because who cares? Psyduck! Actually, straight away afterwards, a big thanks to Zumori on the friends list there. Over in Japan, we had an RSVP for a Dondozo raid, which is really nice to have. So this is our first check for the new Pokemon using the RSVP system. Thank goodness we had a remote raid pass come from the research breakthrough, otherwise we'd be stuffed. But 2123, I can't remember the weather boost off the top of my head. First check for the shiny, people. Now, I've seen obviously the classic thing on social media, people posting saying, first check shiny, first raid shiny, first research task shiny. Well, let's see what we get dished out. Come on. It is just the regular blue, but a rainy boost over in Japan. The reason that this is here and it's brought Tatsugiri back is because obviously if you played the Gen 9 games, they have a tie-in together. So Tatsugiri helps this Pokemon catch food and that sort of thing. There's kind of like side-by-side partnership with that one. But into the Pokédex we go. In a way, I'm kind of glad we got a regular one because it means we get the regular dex and hopefully the shiny dex later on. But actually it's a 96. That's really solid to start things off. I have no idea if this Pokemon is usable as probably not a raid attacker, but whether it's good in PvP because it's quite tanky and the moveset it gets might be interesting. There we go. I am very pleased with it. Thank you again for the invite. Really cool giant catfish Pokemon. I remember the story of this in Gen 9 with it being the false titan, as it were. You went off chasing it in a lake. Ooh, oh, it's not a white one? What am I talking about? A yellow one. Oh yes, the Galarian Zapdos has appeared. Come on. And it's a low CP one. 352. I haven't got anybody with me to check the article. We've got to scroll down here to a non-boosted, what, 352? It's that low CP range on Zapdos that could have a hundo potential, but unfortunately not this one. And don't crash on me, good news. So, Zapdos is definitely the easiest one to hit, in my view. So I'm going to try for the excellent. I've got Iceburn down, actually, as a thankful blessing. In disguise, maybe? Yes, come on, we've got a capture. Yes, it paid off. The excellent throw and Iceburn down. Yes, there we go. And, I mean, it's a one-star, but we haven't caught a Galarian bird legit in freaking forever. Let's freaking go, people. Come on. That's worth a like and a sub if you haven't done so already, I would say. It's apparently our heaviest and tallest. In fact, I will say this Zapdos is slightly taller than I am. Finally, we have a Zapdos capture. And is there another one waiting for us? I'm getting invites now for Dondozo and stuff. And RSVPs, but unfortunately, still ain't got remotes. There's a Furfrou coming up next. So we've got our first Necrozma raider right here, and thankfully a 3-star just behind it. 2071. So don't forget, Hundos for Necrozma 2104 or 2630 something. 39 maybe? It would be nice to get some more. Obviously this can't get any Ultra Beast background stuff, but this is not shiny for check number 1. It's a weird thing after a week and a weekend event of a sort of boosted catch raids, then you come back to the regular stuff, you think, why is this Pokemon fighting me so much? Well, it's the legendary norm. And there we go, finally it's in the ball. But what's that hatched into? Of course it's hatched into a Alola Marowak, honestly. Alola Marowak and Alola Raichu are the other 3-star raid bosses. While we were catching the Galarian Zapdos, actually, a big thanks to Melnick, who gifted us the other ticket for the event, which gives you the other items, a few encounters, and the pineapple berry bag. Really appreciate your generosity, both to you and Chris, for the tickets for this event. In fact, since we're here and it's the shortest time research, let's claim the items that you get here. And you get 2 encounters with a Shelder. It's gorgeous shiny as well. That's the Alolan Marowak that saves you raiding for it, I've got to be honest. So there we go. Could have been shiny, is a boosted shiny. And we got ourselves the pineapple berry bag. Lovely to have it added to the avatar item collection. Free research and the premium research. Let's see what we get from all of these. So it's going to be a lot of encounters, a lot of catches. So we get a Sunkern. We are going to get a Clauncher, which is a really good shiny. Honestly, best of luck anybody who's out there chasing various different bits and pieces from this event. There's quite a lot of good stuff on offer. A Cherubi. This one's a nice Shelder. This checks a Crabrawler. Gives me throwbacks to the Spelunker's Cove in 2024. We were actually in Sardinia during that event, and it was Madrid Go Fest. A Blossom, that cannot be shiny, of course. That's one of the evolutions of Oddish. After a bit of a fight, it's a Slackoth with the visor. Now, yeah, I never got this myself. I did a 24-hour challenge for it and couldn't get it through all the quests and everything like that. I got it traded to me thanks to Marta and Francesco. There's a Clamperl. That is a boosted shiny. We also get 10,000 XP and 7,000 Stardust, and an encounter with the Alolan Executor. But now the premium research, this should just be a bunch of Slackoth with the visor, so fingers crossed for a nice 100% on this one. We do have a 100 from the previous event that was featured in. I would love to see a pink one. Chris, thank you for the research as well. Not shiny. Come on, you get so many checks for your $2, honestly, which I think I'm okay with that if you pay for guaranteed encounters. Check, it's not shiny. I don't know off the top of my head if this is a boosted shiny during the course of this event or not, because I think during the last time it was featured it was boosted to 1 in 64. I may be wrong with that sentiment, but it's still not pink. Check. One more Slackoth, so no pink Slackoth from the research, unfortunately. We'll see if we got anything decent, but finally is 2 battle passes, which I am very thankful for having, and our second Dondozo that's not shiny, and 1271. Dondozo, second one added. It's a lot worse than the last one, but thank you, Chris, for that one. It's our research second catch, shall we say. Because, yeah, 3 1-star raids. Good luck. This is the problem with having a raid research task, is there was one Tatsugiri all the way back there. It can't be shiny. I'd rather, if I'm going to do a 1-star raid, get the Slackoth, but if they're not going to spawn, you can't get the quest done. And I strongly dislike that whole factor with the research task. Make it, honestly, catch 30 water-type Pokemon. Don't mind if it's something you have to grind to get. Catch 50 water-type Pokemon. Make it tricky to do, fine, not a problem, but just locking it into a paid factor is very similar, as we said, to the max finale thing. Basically, you're stuffed. After many Alolan Marowaks and Raichus hatching, we have ourselves a Dondozo raid, and the check to be shiny. It is not, unfortunately, and we got 1668. But there's no 1-star raids. There's still no 1-star raids around here. Thankfully, there's one like well over past the Broad Bay, having scoped Campfire. This is a dead 2-star, but it's fine. Sum total of the raid game here with 15 to 18 gyms visible, 1 Mega, and 1 Shadow 3-star. So no further Dondozo anywhere, despite a few Tier 3 raids hatching, and what we're doing right now is seeing if a Shadow 1-star counts towards completing the quest, because typically, ridiculously, they haven't. I genuinely don't think it has, which means that 1-star Shadow raids don't count as 1-star raids. It's not Shadow Shiny, which it can be. It's that thing, we've got now 5 Shadow 1-stars on the nearby, and they're useless. This is something that's been fed back multiple times to the Pokemon Go team of, why do Shadow raids not count towards completing quests? Because it's a 1-star raid, that's going to go straight in the bin, and there you go, just confirmation. We did a 1-star raid, it didn't count as a 1-star raid. So you've got to really think, oh look, 2:30, we've got to wait a whole hour before a 1-star raid hatches at the station. Before we finish up, a big thanks as always to every single person who's part of the awesome Patreon squad. Thank you very much and sincerely for continuing to support me as a content creator and everything we do here on the channel. You guys are instrumental and very much the backbone of us being able to do things like Valencia City Safari in like a month's time. Cannot wait. The Go Fest. Going as hardcore as we can at these events to make the best content that we can possibly do. So I really appreciate every single one of you on the rolling credits here. Well, here we are at the end of the video, and I still haven't been able to find a 1-star raid, and we're now at 2:30 in the afternoon. The event has been going for 4.5 hours, and obviously I can't remote anything still, ain't got the coins, so you need 3 level 1s, and it's going to be another hour before a second one appears. There's also an Alolan Raichu, which I'm a little bit peeved off about. So Dondozo, very much a raid lot Pokemon. Again, it's not the worst thing, because as we know with any 3-star raid boss that comes into the game, you will have ample opportunity for its return. It will come back in rotations for non-events, for other events, much more rapidly than you suspect. So don't feel too pressured to get it right now during this event. Obviously, there's a whole FOMO thing. I'm going to hopefully be back out later in the week chasing for the white and gold catfish because it's really good fun to go and chase it. If you haven't got ample raid passes or the ability to go and raid Tatsugiri over and over again, don't fret too much. It's not that big of a deal. What I do want to do is a few things regarding the previous weekend. We obviously just sort of raged and rampaged a little bit at the end of the weekend, but now I think we're in a position that we are able to do some maxing. And honestly, some of the Pokemon we picked up were very, very usable. This shiny background 93% Charizard G-Max, I am very content putting that up to level 50 and working on it to get the max moves up to top tier. So that will become our new fire-type powerhouse, which I'm very much interested in toasting some other Pokemon with. The other one I wanted to do quickly in this video was this 98% G-Max Inteleon. This is the best water-type G-Max Pokemon, and it's going to be really, really good to have it, because the best one I've had at the moment is a pretty dead Kingler. 500,000 dust or so, 296 XL. Let's burn it on that front there. How much dust are we at now? Jeez, we've burned quite a bit of it. So that's going to wrap up today's little video. Let me know in the comments below, have you managed to collect the shiny Dondozo yet? Or are you even chasing for it after the whole hideous expensive weekend we've had with the max finale just over the last couple of days? But I will say, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and throw a like down the video as well. And thank you so much to every single one of you who's joined recently. There's a huge wave of people coming along to the channel. It's lovely to have you here with us, and hopefully you enjoy the regular content rather than just the rage. But I will say, if you like what you see, please check out some of the videos here from the channel. There's so much available. If you want to see some hardcore grinds, 24-hour challenges are our go-to thing, or some amazing stuff from GoFest where there's actually some good rewards. But I will say, until the next time, folks, do take care.